All right, today we are diving deep into a character who just completely shatters the power scale, Huo Yuhao. His abilities are so ridiculously vast and complex, we really need to take a closer look. So let's get into it and see what makes this guy so completely unrivaled.
So right off the bat, the biggest question is, how in the world does one guy wield not one, not two, but three distinct martial souls? Honestly, this is the central mystery behind his power, and we're going to unravel it right now.
You see, it all starts here. Being a triple martial soul user isn't just a cool party trick. It's this incredibly rare foundation that everything else is built on. It sets him apart from literally everyone else right from the very beginning.
Yeah, 3. Think about it. In a world where just having twin souls already makes you a legend, having 3? That's practically unheard of. This triple foundation is the key to how he can stack so many abilities on top of each other and reach these impossible levels of power.
So what exactly are these 3 legendary souls? Well, each one gives him a totally distinct and frankly overwhelming set of powers. Let's break him down, starting with his main one, which is maybe the most important of all.
Okay, so his main martial soul is the Spirit Eyes, and this is a mental type which right away gives him this massive tactical edge, spiritual detection, control, all that good stuff. But the really insane part, it's the soul rings he gets for it.
I mean, look at this. The quality here is just mind-boggling. His very first ring is a million-year gold ring from the Tianmeng ice silkworm. That's a starting point most people couldn't dream of reaching at their peak. And they just get stronger from there, evolving up to these red and orange gold levels, with boosts from crazy powerful beings like the Evil Eye Tyrant King. And it all caps off with a 10th, a divine ring when he becomes the god of emotions. Just wow.
And if you thought that was nuts, his second martial soul is on a whole nother level. This one comes from the Ice Empress, and it gives him control over ultimate ice. And let me be clear, we're not talking about regular ice here. This is the absolute most powerful form of ice, the kind that can freeze concepts, not just things.
And just look at where these rings come from. Every single one is from a spirit beast that's at least 100,000 years old. We're talking about the 700,000-year-old Snow Empress, the Ice Bear King. It's like he has this super team of ancient ice spirits powering him up, each one a master.
And then we get to number 3, the one that just throws the rulebook out the window, his necromancy soul. Yeah, you heard that right. This was a gift from the holy necromancer Electrolux, and it gives him power over life, death, and even purification. It's easily his strangest and maybe his most terrifying power.
What's wild is that this soul doesn't even use the normal ring system. Nope, it's just one single all-powerful gray ring. It basically represents his complete control over the cycle of life and death. It's a whole different power system running inside him.
So you'd think 3 martial souls would be enough, right? Wrong. His power is also physically boosted by a perfect set of soul bones. So if the souls are like his software, then the soul bones are the top-of-the-line hardware fusing right into his body to give him even crazier abilities.
And getting a full set is almost impossible, but the quality of his is just unmatched. What's so amazing is that most of them come from the same spirits that gave him his soul rings. It's like his spiritual allies didn't just give him power, they literally armed his body, creating this perfect harmony between his soul and his physical form.
I mean, just look at this set. It shows you how complete his power is. You've got the skull from Tianmeng, which boosts the exact same mental powers as his first soul. The torso from the Ice Empress gives him ultimate ice defense, directly supporting his second soul. He even has external bones, like those devastating claws from the dark gold Terraclaw bear and, of course, the legendary Eye of Destiny. Literally every single part of his body is a weapon.
But his story doesn't end with him being the strongest human on the block. Oh no. The next step was to leave all that mortality stuff behind and ascend to the divine realm, taking his power to a level that's, well, it's just hard to even comprehend.
And he doesn't just squeak by and become a god. He inherits the first-class god position of the god of emotions. But even that isn't his ceiling. He keeps growing, evolving into a god king, one of the most powerful beings in all of existence, and eventually becomes a leader of the great god circle. I mean, that's unimaginable power and authority.
So, as a god, of course you get some cool divine tools like the Morning Staff, but the truly mind-blowing thing is that he becomes a divine soul tool architect.
What does that mean? It means he can forge his own weapons. Weapons that can actually threaten other gods. He's not just a user of power, he's a creator of it.
So what does he do with all this power? He takes his three biggest strengths, his ultimate ice, his insane spiritual power, and his mastery of space, and fuses them together into one totally unique divine core. Fusing these three different pillars of power is what really makes him unbeatable. He can use all three at once, perfectly, which is something pretty much no one else can do.
And that brings us to his final form, the ultimate God King. This is a being who started with a one-of-a-kind triple soul foundation, stacked a perfect set of soul bones on top of it, and then ascended to godhood by fusing his core powers into something the universe had never seen before.
So, that leaves us with one last kind of mind-bending question. When you command the elements, your own spirit, and the forces of life and death, when you can build weapons to kill gods and lead the entire divine realm, seriously, what's left? What is there left to achieve? His power is, for all intents and purposes, absolute.